Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello, friends. Welcome to Kardec Radio, to our daily prayer at 6 p.m. I'm Alba Morales, live from Annapolis, Maryland. Welcome to this moment of serenity, and to this moment of nurturing our soul. Let us start with our initial prayer, again, to center, to acclimate ourselves. Welcome everyone who is entering to this moment. Okay, so let us close our eyes. And let us breathe. And when we are exhaling, we feel like we are surrendering ourselves to this precious moment of love and light. It's almost like we are taking a heavy burden from our shoulders, that we stop and we take it out, because this is a moment for feeling safe. This is a moment to stop in our daily routines, to stop of our responsibilities, and even to stop thinking in our concerns or preoccupations. It is a moment for breathing. It is a moment for peace. And it is a moment to nurture our soul. So we pray to our dear Master Jesus to guide us, to protect us, and to give us permission to have this gathering all together, uniting our hearts and minds in our daily prayer. And so be it. Again, welcome everyone, Daniel, Beth, Nora, all. We are just all friends, isn't it? So tonight for our prayer, we prepare a chapter from the small book. We love small books because they're small in size, but they are big and deep in teachings. So this is from Recipes for Peace, and we're going to read chapter 15. So let me share the screen with you so I can show you the PowerPoint, and actually we can read all together. All right, so again, this is chapter 15 from the book Recipes of Peace. The spirit author is Joanna de Angelis, and the medium is our dearest Divaldo Franco, to whom we dedicate these moments of prayer. If you don't know yet, he recently had a surgical intervention. He's in recovery, he's doing well, but it's good to send good vibrations to such an amazing apostle of Jesus. For this chapter, before we move forward, we are just going to read. And the therapy for tonight, it is based on the pictures or the images that we are going to see. Because it's talking about serenity, this chapter, what we're going to do is we're going to see the image and we're going to visualize ourselves in the landscapes that we prepare for you tonight. All right, let us start. So we feel like we are immersed in this beautiful landscape. Joanna de Angelis, she starts this chapter. In the tumult that roars unabashedly, for the clamor of the thousands voices of anarchy that swell the paths of hallucination, under the storms of widespread pain, or under the coercion of pressing afflictions, remain serene. Because most seem to have lost control, threatening the general consent, do not lose your serenity. Serenity in all circumstances, serenity with God. Now we move to this lavender landscape and we feel the smell of lavender that brings a lot of serenity to our senses, physical senses, emotional senses. Let us feel and breathe that we are there. Feel the aroma. Without doubt, it is a challenge to keep one's equilibrium under the instigation of primitive violence. Affinity with Christ gives the person moral fortitude to remain in the faithful paths of peace. We're in the mountains now, and we listen to the water that is running in this stream, very calm, very serene. We're listening to some insects around there. They're not going to bother us. It's just the sound and some birds. Let no one justify himself or herself because of the traps into which he or she has fallen. Let no one excuse himself or herself of the efforts he or she must engage to maintain his or her integrity. Let no one look for excuses to fall into the whirlpool of disintegrating passions. Serenity is an effort, is something that we build. Now we went back to the island, a closer landscape. We are just there, feeling the salty smell of the sea, of the ocean, tranquil waves caressing our feet. Serenity in everything marks the maturity of the spirit. And we feel the fresh air of this mountain top. And we feel safe, very close to the physical sky, to the heaven. Serenity is an effective emergency medication to avoid contamination with the evils that predominate in the hearts. It's an emergency medication. Now we are sitting there contemplating the sunset. And Joanna de Angelis finalized this chapter like this. And when this serenity appears to lose its balance, seek the prayer that attracts man to the Lord in sublime osmosis, and you will absorb the pacifying fluid that flows from the Father, renewing you to proceed. Serenity in all circumstances, serenity with God. And we're going to take a look to this final landscape. And for our prayer, if you like this landscape, you can visualize yourself sitting under a cherry blossom, or just walking serenely in this path. You can choose also one of the mountains landscape, or you, if you like the ocean, if you want to be close to the sea, just imagine that. But we're going to have some image in our mind, and we're going to put ourselves in that image. It will help us to our physical body to actually calm down and serene. And we're going to look for that serenity tonight through our prayer. Allow us to stop sharing and coming back to the room. So, this is the invitation for tonight, my friends. Let us seek serenity here in our hearts. It's not outside, it is here within us. So, let us close our eyes. Each one of us is visualizing him or herself in one of the beautiful landscapes that we appreciate tonight. We are completely alone, meaning there is no other incarnate being with us. We feel the loving presence of God permeating every molecule around us, permeating the sky, the air, the sand or the water or the flowers or the grass. We can perceive his or her presence in every living creature that is around us. But we are just the only human beings, and we feel safe, secure. There is no rush. It's almost like the time stopped at this very moment. And we look at our chests. We look at our heart, and we see how this center of energy or chakra start irradiating a sweet, kind green light, like an emerald green. And the more serene, the more safe we feel, the greater is the light that is coming from our very own heart. And this light goes up, involving our face, our head, running down our neck, relaxing our shoulders, our arms, going down our back, healing any sense of feeling uncomfortable. Usually, when we have a lot of stress, our back is the first one to pay. So, this green emerald light is soothing any pain, any discomfort in our back, and is enveloping all around us in our stomach area, the genetic area, calming all the organs, bringing everything in balance, going down to our legs and coming out from our toes and going down to the ground. So we feel we are grounded to the Mother Earth. And at the same time, the light is coming from our heart and going up to our head energetic center, the top of our head, this chakra. And we feel connected with the sky, with the Father Heaven, providing us support. And we feel connected with Mother Earth through our feet, nurturing us, providing us with all what we need to live. And we cleanse our perispirit of any negative thought, any negative vibration that is coming from our very own mind or coming from other minds. We as human beings, we are immersed in this huge pool called the universal cosmic fluid. And even if we have sad events happening in the other side of the world, we will feel it as any other human being. And therefore, we need to restore our balance. We need to protect our emotional organs. We need to protect our mind, and we feel this emerald light is doing that job. And in one heart and in one mind, we say, Dear Father, Mother God, for this moment of peace and serenity, we are grateful. We are grateful for this refuge that you are providing us. We are grateful because we know that every circumstance in our lives is temporary, whether it's a happy moment, a challenging one, everything is temporary. And we know our final destiny is perfection and true happiness. And therefore, we don't lose balance, we don't lose our serenity, even if we are facing violence or aggression, even if we witness or we are the target of negative words, negative actions, we don't lose our ground. We don't lose our spiritual roots that are telling us that through an effort of creating this intimate sanctuary, we can find peace. And we pray, Father, so we are strong to hold this peace with us. And we pray for our brothers and sisters in greater need, so we can share these moments of peace, of serenity and grace. May this emerald light involve all the hospitals and health centers, especially for the patients that are undergoing COVID-19, all the health workers. We visualize them being bathed by this green light. We visualize our planet Earth being involved by the light that is coming from our hearts. This is the light of love. This is the light of progress. This is the light of the future and the hope. And we embrace our planet with tenderness. At the same time, we are firm in preserving the balance and the peace of our minds. Thank you for these moments. We pray that we could remain for the rest of the day and during the weekend with this sense of balance and serenity, and so be it. Wow, how is everybody feeling? Abby and all the other friends that I can see here, hopefully everyone is feeling more serene, more in peace. This green emerald light is helping us just by visualizing coming from our heart. It's going to help us to maintain our serenity, even though things are going crazy out there. It is our responsibility to maintain our very own inner balance. Why? First, because it is healthy. Second, because by us sustaining this mentality of peace, we are helping to create balance and peace around us and in the world. So hopefully all of you feel much better at this moment than a few minutes ago, and see you next Friday. Thank you.